welcome back to the Blind Press YouTube channel. And I was going to use StreamYards today because I wasn't able to, I didn't get a chance to ask Driving Ape to make sure that everything was shared this morning. But because I'm no longer paying for StreamYards Premium, I can't multi-stream. Seriously, I can't multi-stream anymore because I'm not paying you guys fucking $40 American a month. Fuck that shit. So, yeah, you guys get to listen to the videos the way I do today. Sorry about that. But it's I don't think that I have anything very visual. I don't have the Pearl Davis video. But I do have something from Donut News Network, and I have a Destiny thing to watch. So that should be okay. Ah! God damn it. Hello? Did you not get the notification? Oh. What do you need done? You're not on speaker. What do you need done? Ah. Okay. So the, what's it called? You are going to have to watch videos or listen to videos the way I do today. Sorry about that. Oh, I didn't want to be on the... I just checked the Twitch page. YouTube, please. There we go. Okay. So as I said, I am not able to share the screen because there's this weird coding with VoiceOver. It doesn't like show you the sources. It's kind of frustrating. So yeah, we will listen to the videos just to be sure, just to make sure. I'm gonna pop over to the live scene and you guys tell me if you see Chrome. If you don't, then we'll hit on solo cam and we'll just listen. But otherwise, hopefully, it would be really cool if everything was seen, but I bet you it's not. Oh, excuse me, my my asthma has been really bad lately. Some fall allergies. Okay. So let's just go back to solo cam because I'm pretty sure it's not sharing. And we'll listen to Donut News Network. We'll listen to angry cops tell us about the Marines that lost a helicopter.
This is DNN, Donut News Network, and tonight we come to you with breaking news as an F-35 jet has crashed after a pilot was forced to eject out of the plane. With more on the story, we bring you live on scene with Angry Cops. AC, are you there? Yes, AC, I'm here in North Charleston, South Carolina, where a F-35 Lightning II pilot was forced to eject out of his aircraft before it crashed.
That's kind of scary shit. See, this is why I don't fly. I don't like flying, and I've never flown in an airplane. I think I've watched way too many Mayday specials and heard of shit like this. I don't know. I just don't know.
The acting Marine Corps Commandant stated that this ejection happened after an unknown mishap. On a positive note, we were told that the pilot is safe and sound after ejecting, and there will be a thorough investigation to try and determine the root cause. Thanks, AC. We'll be right back with more coverage on this crashed F-35 aircraft after this commercial break. Ground.news. And it's been supporting DNN for a while now. Everywhere right now. And back with breaking news regarding the F-35 that crashed in West Virginia. AC, are you there? North Charleston in South Carolina. North Dakota, South Carolina. AC, they lost the plane. Well, yes, a total loss. It crashed.
Wait.
Even Geico would call that a total loss.
Oh, man, like, they totaled the plane?
No, I mean, they can't find it.
Wait, what?
Crashed plane. Leave it to an East Coast Marine to lose something.
They can't find...
and found those 2 rifles that lost a couple years ago. I can only imagine what the Marines within a 1 to 200 mile radius are going to have to deal with because of this.
They can't find a helicopter crash. How do you lose a crashed helicopter? How do you lose a crashed helicopter? That seems fairly difficult to me. Aren't helicopters large? Like, I know they would crash and break apart and everything, but still.
Standing outside with all their gear in the rain just to make sure that everything's accounted for, making sure they don't have a freaking aircraft jet in their pocket. No brass, no ammo, drill sergeant, and no F-35 fighter jets. AC, how did you find out about this groundbreaking story? Oh, they posted it on Twitter, asking the community to try and help them find it.
What the fuck? They posted on... Hey guys, this is the North Carolina Marine Corps. We can't find our F-35 that we crashed. Have you guys seen it?
The social media equivalent of a lost dog poster. Have you seen this jet? It's got a spunky attitude, $80 to $110 million, and really dislikes the Russians. If found, please call any Marine. But don't let them try to recruit you, though. They'll probably try to do that when you call them up. Here's a reward. A 6-year contract with no bonus. Don't they have a way to track it? You know, I thought the same thing for a government that loves to track every $600 transfer from PayPal to Venmo between me and my mom and my friends. You'd think they would have thrown an air tag in this freaking jet thing.
How do they not? That's what I mean. Like, where's the GPS? Where is everything?
1/10 of $1 billion? You can't put a fucking geolocator on it? My ex-girlfriend used to track me on Snapchat, and you're telling me we can't find the location of this thing? Just tell some women on Reddit that this plane cheated on its wife, and they'll enhance, find that thing in a matter of minutes. Probably got a Tinder account looking for hot aircraft carriers to land on. But that still doesn't answer the question of how do you lose a jet? Hold on, AC. I got news that they have... Yes, we can confirm that they found it. They have found the jet.
Holy shit, they found the jet. Where was the jet, AC? Where was it?
Apparently there were a couple extra Marines just hanging out in the motor pool, and they grabbed them for a police call, and hands across America for about 30 minutes while they found the entire plane. It's the most effective police call in the history of the United States Department of Defense. Amazing. Another outstanding story brought to you by DNN. See you next time, weirdos.
What the fuck just happened?
Somebody from the search party. Sir, could you tell us more about how they found this downed aircraft? They found it. Suka. I mean, what a fine day. Americans gathering together in order to work as one group. This just did get your own DNN shirt at angry-cops.com.
I love that. The Russian posing as an American. I love that. That's hilarious. That's too funny. Oh man. Oh, that's pretty hilarious. Oh man. Oh, that makes me smile. That makes me smile greatly. Oh, that was funny. Okay. Now, apparently, Destiny is blasting leftists in a socialism debate. Now this I'm pretty sure we don't need to see to watch. So as I said, you guys get to be like me today. Holy shit, this is gonna be a while. Okay, let's go to the chapters. Where's the chapters? Okay, I guess we're not gonna be able to go through the chapters. That's kind of annoying. Ooh, right here. Destiny debates socialism. Perfect. That's what I want.
You can do whatever you want with your own computer.
Wait, what?
You get to own them.
He owned businesses. Hyper-capitalist would with absolutely... He's done every single thing you've done in life. He's achieved the same level of success, except he's actually hyper-capitalist. Can you give me one way that you live your life differently than he does? That would be my question. And he would have no fucking answer because he lives his life exactly as a hyper-consumerist, hyper-capitalist would, with absolutely no difference between what him and a more capitalist version would look like. There is no such thing as a more capitalist version of Hassan. It doesn't exist.
I see what you're saying. So I guess you think if you were a socialist, if you were like a true socialist, you're saying you'd probably want to, I guess, donate a lot of your wealth or, you know, organize a lot more
or do
than Hassan
anything,
does.
run anything, run your where are your democratically owned businesses? Why don't you run your YouTube channels cooperatively? Why don't you split the means of production?
Oh,
ownership?
shit.
That fucking retard said, "Oh, I bought my editor I gave him the means of production when I bought him a graphics card or whatever." Like,
I literally bought them computers and said, "Here, you get to own the means of your fucking production." This way, you can do whatever you want with your own computer. But of course, these motherfuckers who are so horny, so fucking horny,
What the fuck?
to disparage someone that they fucking hate, are going to rush to judgment even after this piece of fucking garbage knew that this clip was knew that this fucking tweet was deleted.
What the fuck? This is crazy. Holy shit, he's going
He
insane.
still talked about it on his fucking stream. Because he's a piece of shit and no different than fucking Keemstar.
Is it gonna share? Will it share properly if
There
I
you go.
I wasn't sure if it would. Hey, Fury Kitten.
Gave you your fucking shred of relevance. You gnome fuck.
yeah, sure. Like, why don't any of the socialism is so fucking good? We live in a capitalist economy right now. But if you want to, you can go open a co-op. Nobody's fucking stopping you, right? You can go and practice socialism in almost any way you want, depending on where you're at in the United States. Like, why don't people like Hassan fund it? Why don't people like Vosh fund it? It's because it's a dog shit way of organizing your economy.
It is.
Sorry.
Yeah, I mean,
well,
I guess.
Well, it is a dog shit way of. No, it is. Like, you can't just rely on everybody else. Like, you have to go for your own thing. Like, there's a difference between socialism and communism, I think. I think we absolutely should have social programs and take care of people in our countries and whatever to an extent, but we shouldn't just be handing things, like, you know what I mean? Like, obviously, if you're disabled, like, and you can, like, if you're physically disabled, or if you're, like, extremely development, like, or if you're, like, the welfare program was supposed to be a temporary help, well, until you got a job, not something to live off of.
No, you're good. I think, no, I totally understand. I mean, we're just having a normal conversation, but, like, no, I get what you're saying. I mean, obviously, in the case of donating to a cooperative, I think that, I think the issue for, like, Hassan and Vosh in terms of, like, why don't you just donate and form a cooperative? I think it's because, well, you'd be investing in something that you wouldn't get anything out of, right? Because all the workers would own everything, and you wouldn't be working
Wasn't
there.
that the whole point?
No, I see it. I that's what I'm saying. Like, I can see what you're saying in terms of, like, they don't seem to be organizing towards their society in this way,
and they don't live their lives like it's even good. So, like,
No, they don't. They don't, though. That's the thing. They're proclaiming that communism is amazing and it's great. And they shit on capitalism. Meanwhile, none of them cook for themselves. They all have DoorDash come every day. They all have the latest electronic whatever it is.
Personally, I think that like rev share or paying your employees a lot, I think that's a really good way to motivate people. And then that's what I do with my businesses, right? I've got personal values that I preach to other people when it comes to running channels or running businesses. I think you should be like as politically involved as you feel like you can be. Like I think you should probably take care of loved ones, blah, blah, blah. Like these things that I tell other people, for the most part, like I do most of these things. I live most of these in my life. You're not gonna that like I don't think anybody's ever called me like a hypocrite unless it's NFTs. But like in general, like I practice like all of my business shit as I would. I can't imagine being out here talking about espousing the evils of capitalism while living the most hyper-capitalist lifestyle ever. I don't know how people
Thank
see
you.
that go fucking crazy.
Thank you. All these people that hate capitalism, they have like the best computer, the latest phone, like all of this shit. It's crazy. Yeah, with the Just Stop Oil. You're right, honey, with the polymer vests, or the what was it else that you were pointing out? The glue they're using to stick themselves to stuff.
So I guess it sounds like, yeah, I guess it's these like socialist influencers that you have a big problem with, because like you wouldn't say the same thing about someone like AOC. It's like, well, no, like she's running for Congress, like she is advocating. Like she's trying to do what she thinks is best to actually.
But is she donating money?
You know, whatever her ideal economy, right?
Yeah, a little bit, but then I would argue that AOC and Bernie Sanders triggered me because they brought back that socialism boogeyman, but they're not usually talking about socialism either. They're just talking about expanded social safety nets. Why are you okay with calling expanded social safety nets socialism?
Right, exactly. Thank you, Destiny, again. Because social safety nets like welfare and disability programs and things like that are not socialism.
You're not fundamentally altering the relationship between between like worker and owner at all. None of that is being fundamentally altered. It's just expanded social safety nets. Why do we call this socialism? I don't understand.
I can put it back on
because the reason why too is because capitalism is fucking awesome. Capitalism does what it does very well. Markets are real. Markets are incredibly powerful. They demand respect no matter how you engage with them. In some cases, they can be incredibly destructive, and in some cases, be incredibly beneficial. Right?
You could make a 2-hour video on the hypocrisy of Just Stop Oil. You probably could.
If you trust it, in like fucking 9 months. Like capitalism does good things, capitalism does bad things, and the best things when they work together. So I don't know why we just like, we're gonna move away from capitalism and expand social safety nets. Okay, motherfucker, it's not moving away from capitalism. That's still perfectly within the world of capitalism.
Exactly. Yes. Thank you. Because you can be capitalist and have social safety nets. You know what helps? Fund those social safety nets? Capital!
And one of the greatest things about capitalism and liberalism, too, is that it's so flexible. And that's why it's so superior to these dog shit fucking socialist wannabe fucking losers. I'm glad, as much as I hate the guy, that Elon Musk basically got us back into outer space, or that he almost single-handedly like jump-started the world initiative for getting electric cars, electric vehicles. Like, he had public funding behind him and subsidies and shit, but that was a private billionaire business owner that did it, right? I don't know.
Like that's a good example of the
blend.
pull and play of exactly. Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. I mean, again, like I advocate for a mixed production model. I think that
mixed production model. What does that mean?
Kind of where I am, I guess. I mean, that's most everybody. That's why I think it's like I've only ever seen.
Hold on, wait.
Bernie.
You gotta stop saying that. Because if what you were saying was true, I would be crazy. You have to stop saying that's almost everybody. Because anytime we talk about housing prices, everybody wants to talk about evil landlords are.
No. I'm saying when I say most people. No, hold on.
Yeah, sorry.
And what's Jeff Bezos?
I will say, I don't think like average regular people. I mean, Twitter lefties, sure, but like I think average regular people are not like we need to kill the landlords and like.
I understand what you're saying.
I don't know about that. If you've been around, if you've seen some of the things and heard some of the shit, that there are people that that think landlords are evil.
The ship has sailed so far on that one. I look to Twitter now for what real life discourse is going to be, honestly, and I think everybody does, because that's where we've gotten. That's what it's seeped into. Like the internet is setting discourse now. Not maybe, absolutely. Like we're years past that inflection point.
Very much so.
Online discourse, it's what's setting the tone
Very much
for
so.
what our future like what our future political landscape is looking
Yes,
like. I don't think we can just
agreed.
like write
Oh,
it
so
off
it's
as Twitter
just like
shit
delayed. You're saying like, oh, like in 20 years that'll be like a median opinion.
anymore. In like more like in 20 weeks.
Very much. The internet now is where people go to see opinions and make opinions. The internet has become the
In
deciding.
20 weeks.
Keep in
I
mind
don't know.
that
I
even
think,
even during the primaries, I keep cutting you off. If I cut you off, cut me off. I'm sorry if I do that right. Even during the primaries, Bernie Sanders had to disavow his Twitter fans who were unhinged, right? Like I mean, it's.
Really?
I mean,
you
that's
look at all the
true. I think
cancellation shit, the colleges,
That I didn't know.
Yeah, sorry, go.
I mean, you know, you could be right. Like maybe the 2028, because I mean, I don't think the 2024 primary is really gonna give a showcase of this. But like, yeah, you're right. Like maybe the
You'd be
2028 primary,
wrong.
we'll see like a truly anti-capitalist candidate like really come to prominence because that's just where the mood has shifted. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really see that too much. It seems like the most popular, like quote unquote socialist politicians are like Bernie Sanders AOC types, where, they don't really their rhetoric is not even nearly as extreme as what you're describing. But it could happen. I mean, who would have thought that Trump would be like the standard bearer for Republican politics for like the last decade? That
Is
would have
he,
been really hard to
though?
imagine. So maybe it just takes like one person to really get popular and do it.
Is Trump really the standard bearer of Republican politics, though? Yep. Private space agencies, absolutely.
Sure.
But-
I think right now you don't really have very many strong supporters of capitalism, right? Because whereas traditionally the Republicans would have done that.
That is
populists
so
don't.
weird, Fury, that
Really?
you are now
About, like,
considered
motor
hard
production.
right.
Sure. Yeah.
Right, or means of
Because
I mean,
you're
they're-
UK
yeah,
center
they're more
left.
like-
That's crazy.
I don't know. I feel like right-wing anti-capitalism is I mean, I don't want to say it's fake, but
No, it's been very popular since the Tea Party. I think
I was going to say, what the fuck is right-wing anti-capitalism? And then I realized Tea Party.
Tea Party is what really threw us into kind of like this anti-corporate and anti-corporatist kind of new
Yeah.
conservative movement. Like, whereas traditionally Republicans would have been the staunchest of defenders of big business. You want to attack Facebook? Facebook is one of the biggest contributions that United States large companies have made to the world in terms of like software technology and everything.
Oh,
But
for
now,
sure.
yeah,
Facebook
conservatives
is
fucking
huge.
hate 'cause
I
of
was gonna
social
say, like,
media shit, yeah.
I feel like the right-wing anti-capitalism is it's almost more socially motivated, right? Because I feel like whereas I think left-wing anti-capitalism is really much
Careful.
more of like a
Destiny's like, careful.
I feel like the right-wing anti-capitalism is it's almost more socially motivated, right? Because I feel like whereas I think left-wing anti-capitalism is really much
Careful.
more of like a purely economic discussion. I mean, I
No.
get what you're saying.
No way.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry, God.
Well, no, really quick, because I get what you're saying. Where, like, obviously leftists will say that I don't know, like, rainbow capitalism is bad, and maybe there's some social critiques of like where you're donating money to and things like this. But I think that a lot of the motivations of anti-corporate rhetoric and anti-capitalist rhetoric from right-wingers is more like, oh my God, I saw this company endorse ESG, and oh my God, they appointed a black person as their CEO, and that was just affirmative action. It's like I don't really see a lot of
I don't
actual structural.
think that's how right-wing stuff works. Oh, the liberalists. Like, yeah, that's true. We have been called right-wing. We have. That's true. We actually have.
Economic critique in right-wing anti-capitalist rhetoric.
Really, I feel like it all comes in the form of protectionism of different industries. And
It
isolationism.
does.
Like we
It
need to stop sending money to
absolutely
Ukraine.
does.
We need to focus on domestic production. We need to ban imports from XYZ countries. We need to produce things locally, buy America.
Yeah.
We need to reduce immigration, too much competition with local workers, domestic workers. Like,
It all comes from economics. Meanwhile, on the left side, it's like, this person is bad! Don't buy from them! Like the whole Chick-fil-A shit. Right? Like, all of that shit. It was crazy.
I feel like this
Yeah,
is.
I
I feel like all
I
of this
see
is
what you're
highly
saying. Yeah.
economically intertwined. But NAFTA
I see what
and
you're
trade
saying. Yeah, I
agreements
guess-
are bad. Sorry, God.
Yeah, talking about the trade and stuff, I feel like that's true. I mean, that's probably a pretty good point. I guess whenever
It's
I
really
see,
kind of funny because every time this guy makes a like he'll make a point and he feels really confident about it, and then Destiny's like, well, no, and then he just completely just takes his point back. It's kind of it's interesting.
whenever I see a right winger try to stake out like a truly pro worker position, it seems like it often just falls into really, again, just more broader social critique, right? Because I feel like the genuine onus for being anti-immigration isn't necessarily being anti-capitalism. It's just like not liking brown people, you know. A lot of times,
Sure,
or like,
Except there are more people that immigrate that are not just brown.
I agree with
I
you,
don't
but
like-
if I drill a lefty on why landlords are evil and billionaires should be executed, do you think I'm going to find any economic policy there?
Nope.
I don't think so. It's going to drill back to this naive, like, I don't like
think
rich
they-
people, except for my parents.
yeah, like
Facts. Straight facts from Destiny. I don't like billionaires except my parents. Pretty much.
Well, right. I think they might just say, you know, the inequality in our society is really, really bad and a problem. I think it's wrong or whatever, like more of a moral economic critique, right? But I mean, it's just, I don't know, like when I think about the people who support things like, you know, collectivization, unionization, things like this, I mean, it seems to, like, I mean, when's the last time you saw a right winger do a
Unionization
photo
is
op at a picket
bad.
line? Right-wing politicians don't do that, right? And I think it's because they're not really genuinely motivated by a structural critique of capitalism. It's really, again, more so like, hey, our base really seems to like rhetoric against, you know, woke corporations or, you know, trans people or Muslims or something, right? And it's not really as much of, oh, our base really, really hates the fact that they go into companies without union representation and don't get, you know, the shit.
Because unions suck now. Unions don't do what unions originally were supposed to do. Unions now are just ridiculous. The left wing is a purity death spiral. Agreed. As a hardworking non-white conservative descendant of immigrants, fuck that guy. Right? That was like the most racist shit he could have said. They just don't like brown people. That's pretty fucked up. I need to put the Be Right Back screen up and make sure that somebody is reading, not screening. I have one of the children home today. So I had to go make sure that he was doing what he was told to do. Okay. So, yeah, I feel like every time Destiny says something, or this guy says something and Destiny refutes it, he doesn't defend it at all. He just goes, oh, yeah, you're right, that's true.
Share of profits. You know what I mean? That's just my sense of things. I get what you're saying. Like, it's probably becoming more and more so, a pure economic critique. But
sure, like if the phrase were like billionaires necessitate inequality, I might like be behind you more if the quote wasn't like billionaires are evil. But like, I understand what you're saying. I just think that it's shifting more and more to this kind of like quasi socio-political thing.
It
really
should.
doesn't have anything to do with economic.
You can't sit there and say that one side is more economically driven than the other when one side is like only playing to emotions and using words like evil.
Economic analysis more. Like I feel like one of the perfect encapsulations of that was that fucking loser, Abigail. What's her name now?
Exactly,
her name?
Brandon.
It's not Perspective Philosophy. It's Philosophy Tube. Do you know her?
Abigail Thorne.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When she fucking tweeted out that she wasn't gonna pay her rent because she felt it was like exploitation during COVID, and chance.
Why I had just run up here from eating lunch, but why are we still on right wing equals racist? Because it's a left wing talking
She was making like 10 times the fucking salary as whatever her landlord was making. How fucking that's like, I don't know. When I see shit like that, I'm like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Well, that's like obvious virtue signaling, I would say. I mean, obviously they're not really. I mean, yeah. I mean, that's like very.
Look! He doesn't have anything to say about it now. He's just like, oh well, I can't say anything
as well, because obviously if they get evicted, it's probably not as big a deal as if like an actually poor person gets evicted for not paying their rent. So, I don't really take that too seriously. I see what you're saying.
I'm pretty sure Destiny
and I also
knows
see what
that.
you're saying, where like I feel like most people who would call themselves socialists today probably just generally don't have a great understanding of
anything in life,
like,
or the world, or the economy, or finance, or social or government policy,
right?
or
Like
anything.
I think when people say socialist, they really just mean like I don't like capitalism, but I don't really have a strong view of what the alternative actually looks like.
Okay. Okay. You can't call yourself something if you don't know what it means, and then say that you know enough about capitalism to say that you don't like it. All right? You don't, that's not how that works. Also, I guarantee you, yes, are there things about capitalism that are annoying? Yeah, but you know what? I would much rather live in a capitalist society than a communist or socialist society. Hands down, every day of the week. Even if it got to the point where we were living like Ferengi, I would still be like, at least it's not communism.
Because you're right, like a lot of people who would call themselves socialists will advocate for things like more welfare spending or like higher taxes on billionaires. And like there's nothing that changes the productive model of society by just having more welfare and more taxes.
Or just saying they want to like have like all landlords need to die, or all, but I don't know. I don't think I've ever met, like, I don't think any the conversation started with somebody like, oh, I'm a socialist, and I learned something from them, because usually they're retarded. I'm saying that like if I had a magic lamp with a genie and I had 3 wishes and I was standing in a room with 100 socialists and I wish that everybody who had an IQ higher than 92 were to die, nobody would drop dead. That's what I'm saying. Like for any time I meet these people, their understanding of literally any part tangential to anything having to do with finance, economies, governments, history, anything, all the knowledge is not existent.
It's true. They're like, I'm a socialist. Oh, really? Why? Because I don't like capitalism and I think we should all just share the wealth. Okay. Why? Because it's better that way. Oh, yeah? How much do you have on you right now? Come on, share the wealth.
But maybe they're out there somewhere else, and I don't know. Just I hate these.
Well, I guess, like, how unique do you think that is to socialists? Because honestly, like, I mean, I don't think right wingers really have a strong grasp of the economy either, right? It's these fucking
no, you're right. You're
people
right.
who are like, oh,
Sure. Yeah.
Far right wingers, maybe. But like centrists and moderates, they have
the
grasp.
nuanced
Absolutely
people
right.
like me, have oftentimes the strongest grasp. But the people who are like conservative ideologues, I mean, I talked to Rob Noor for 5 hours, or it was like a 5-hour debate we had on economics, and I didn't really, again, like a lot of the economic positions of like someone like Rob Noor, it seemed like it was more based on just like simple intuition. Like, for instance, he's like a pretty, I'm sure he wouldn't call himself anti-capitalist, but like, for instance, like he'll say something like, I don't like the idea of government regulation because I don't trust the government. And it's like, well, that's not really, like, there's many instances where it turns out the government does do a good job. But like Rob Noor is just like, that just doesn't feel right. I don't trust the idea that the government could like, basically be good and like solve a lot of issues by doing government shit. And that's what a lot of right wingers think. Whereas a lot of
yes, a lot of extreme right wingers also. Where has the government shown us lately that they're trustworthy? Where have we been shown that?
left wingers would basically just say the opposite.
I kind of agree with you, but like, here's the issue that I have right now, and it's very frustrating. That's why I'm out here doing what I do. Okay, I would probably take Ben. No, I'm sorry. I would take absolutely Ben Shapiro's understanding and vision of an economy over any far left person on the internet.
Yes.
Over Sam Cedar, over Hassan, over Vosh. I would take Ben Shapiro's over 1,000,000,000%.
Wow. Really?
Yes.
That is
easily.
You really
Easily.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
Let me clarify. So you would say, if I had to give a person the keys to restructure the economy, I would choose Ben Shapiro over Sam Cedar.
Without
Yes.
a second thought. Yeah, absolutely.
That is
Yes.
crazy.
Absolutely,
What?
Absolutely. But
Yes.
the
Dude,
issue
Sam-
is,
Because Sam Cedar has no fucking idea what he's talking about. And no wish to admit it. And no
He's
wish
not
to
even that
learn.
extreme, though.
I have almost no respect left for Sam Cedar after watching the way he conducts himself online through multiple
no.
parties. I don't even know what planet that guy's on anymore. But the issue that I'm running into is that you've got the far right, who are fucking insane, okay, just as insane as or more than the far left. Then you've got, like, I say the center right, but it's right now it's really just Ben Shapiro, okay.
There's no center right.
Yeah. Then you've got the far
really?
left, like the Hassan, the Sam Cedars, like all these.
There's
other guys.
no
And
center
there's,
right.
Like, online,
Okay.
who the are your center left representatives? You've got like people like Pod Save America and shit. But, like, who are your center left like YouTubers or Twitch streamers or whatever besides me? Like, where are these people? They don't exist.
Yeah.
Because these would be the people that I would obviously say I would take a center or well, we could go on Twitter. Who's the guy with the Brunig, and who's the other popular guy or whatever? He made the $1 million bet over the crypto shit.
Oh, Medlock. Yeah.
Yeah, Medlock. Like these types of guys, if like Medlock or I think Brunig, I don't think I've ever read a retarded tweet by Brunig. If like Medlock or Brunig, if you were to say would I take them over Shapiro, 1,000,000%, of course. I would take their restructuring of the economy. But like it feels like these people have no voices online.
Right.
Or Noah Smith, I think. Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
He's not wrong. Because they're, like I said, like they get shouted over and screamed over and canceled by people that are farther left than they are. When are people going to learn that repeating what the person just said to you in different words is not the same as disagreeing? Yes. Yeah, I know, right? There is center right. Yes, the Ferengi are basically purely capitalist, yeah.
I see what you're saying. I mean, really, of course they have. I would call, like, especially like someone like Noah Smith. I would say he's got. I mean, what does he literally have the biggest Substack or something? Like he's got obviously a pretty big reach. He's got like some. He's making a foot of money from his Substack. It's pretty crazy, but like.
Okay, that's cool if he does.
You know,
Okay.
I think that a lot of these guys are. Certainly, I would say if you put like Noah Smith, Matt Brunig, Medlock in a basket, these people, I would not I would say collectively they might have the same reach as singularly Hassan, but I get your point. Like, I get your point that
Wait, is that,
you know,
do you
there's-
really think so?
if you put all three of them together, I wouldn't be surprised if it was
That's
pretty
not a
even.
good thing. You need one of them to have as much reach as Hassan or more. Like, that's Destiny's point. Like, why? This guy is so fucking annoying. He's so, first of all, he's so soft. And second of all, he starts on a position. He hasn't defended one of his points. He's made a point, Destiny has countered it, and then he's just gone, oh yeah, actually, you're right. Like, what the hell kind of debate is this, anyway?
But the point is, like, but that's just Hassan, right? Like, you're not including people like Vosh or Brianna Joy Gray or all, you know, Jimmy Dore, and you know, these people all have their own audience as well. So I get what you're saying. Like, the room for like a moderate person is pretty slim, it seems. But it's, I mean, also when you think about the people we just
How the
mentioned,
hell do
like,
you turn a debate into economics into 5 hours?
Matt
I
Brunig,
guess this
James
way.
Medlock, Noah Smith, you know, these aren't really, like, myself even, like, I wouldn't call myself center or like moderate, right? It's really just, I think that myself and those three people are just like pretty informed people. Whereas like someone like
you,
Hassan
though?
or Brianna Joy Gray and stuff like that, like in terms of economic discussions,
Are you really informed though? Because Destiny has made like the most basic counterpoints to your shit, and you've been like, oh, well, yeah, that's true. So like, how informed can you possibly be if his most bottom tier arguments are making you go, oh, yeah, maybe.
really just not very informed. And I think that that's the big difference where Ben Shapiro and Sam Cedar, it sounds like that's really more so what you're saying, not necessarily how extreme they are, because Ben Shapiro is just as right wing as Sam Cedar is left wing. But I feel like you're perceiving Ben Shapiro as basically just
disagree with that, but maybe that's just because the right wing has ran off like so far. Like Ben Shapiro gets a lot of points in my book for believing the last election was real, for not like avowedly threatening Trump, although that might change if Trump wins the election, and he kind of half does. For thinking like that vaccines are okay and they don't put like 5G chips in you. Like yeah, but I mean like that. It's a pretty low bar for being a conservative today. But
That is sad. That is the hard part though, because conservatives have kind of, in the era of Bush and all that, Tony Blair type thing, even Stephen Harper, like he wasn't as evil as the liberals would have you believe, but he was not a great leader, Stephen Harper. And conservatives have kind of fallen, and they do have a bit of work to do to come back and make themselves worthy of voting for and aligning with. But, and a lot of the crazy part of like the stuff like the Freedom Convoy, for example, here, was it started turning into a lot of like crazy religious crypto and anti-vax shit, and not just anti-COVID vax, like anti-every vax, like going back to the Andrew Wakefield shit. So yeah, like if you want to be taken seriously as a conservative these days, there are certain things.
But honestly, if there was like a left-leaning commentator that doesn't identify as a socialist, that's also like a really low. I'd be like, oh, okay, this guy's probably pretty cool.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, Sam Cedar, like David Packman, Sam Cedar.
Sam Cedar would rather feel what the money was talking. Yeah. Yep. Let the money decide how it should be spent. Yes.
I mean, I don't. Well, I guess Medlock says he's a market. Yeah, so I mean, Medlock. I mean, like
I don't even consider.
Sam
I
Cedar
don't
and Dave
consider,
Packman.
I don't consider market socialists real social. I think it's like some meme shit that people do because
There
they're
are
like
still
some
labor
fucking retarded,
supporters
so-
Market socialism
in the
is not
UK
real.
that believe
No,
Tony
I mean,
Blair
it's
was a
by definition, it's
socialist.
not.
That's
Nobody does.
hilarious.
It's fucking yeah. That's like what Vosh calls himself. But I think
That's
market socialism
hilarious.
is a way to like hold on kind of like the socialist label and social spending while realizing that like socialism is a wholly untenable like organization of an economy and that it will never fucking work. And then you get to keep all the nice aspects of like capitalism and markets private investment and all the things that make capitalism work, the engines of capitalism. But then you do like a bunch of like strong unions and lots of social security and socialized healthcare and like that. And you're like, oh, market socialism.
I love how Destiny socialized healthcare. Because I think we should have a system where we have the choice to either go to the social healthcare hospital or, like, for me, the way I wish that Canada was structured was in an emergency, you use your OHIP card, right? You're on your health card. You go to the hospital or the walk-in clinic. They scan your health card. They bill the province. Otherwise, you get otherwise you go to maybe like the private doctor, or if you are on a social assistance program, your visits to like a more private, better supported facility are subsidized. That's what I would like. Welcome to the UK. It is the 5th largest economy and is market socialist.
I don't know, cringe, but
I don't know about market socialism, so I will say that I am wholly ignorant of market socialism. No idea
No, I
what
see.
that is.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, I think that. But would you say? I guess in general, like, I feel like you think Ben Shapiro is just smarter than Sam Cedar. It's not really about like, the radicalness of their political. Because Sam Cedar's not a socialist. I don't think he's ever called himself socialist.
I don't know.
I mean,
honest to God, I don't know Sam Cedar's. I'm pretty sure.
Oh my goodness.
The last time I heard anything he talks about the economy usually sounds pretty reasonable. I've just lost a lot of like trust in him as a person.
Sorry,
so I don't
guys.
even know what I would trust. It feels like he's.
That's what
gone,
I'm saying. Like
further
it's
off.
less the actual messaging and more just like you feel like Ben Shapiro is like a more reasonable, informed person.
A little bit.
You know what I mean?
My bar for do I trust you on economic stuff is generally like it usually comes down to the question of like, do I feel like this person respects market forces? If the answer is yes, then I'll hear you out for what you have to say about the economy. If the answer is no, then you should rope before ever opening your mouth about anything related to the economy. That's my general takeaway.
That's you should respect all the market socialists then, Destiny. Come on.
Yeah, because they're basically capitalists. I do respect them.
Yeah.
If you're a
Well, I
market
see what you're
socialist, that means you've already
Not
gone-
wrong. Not wrong. Because there's a bunch of capitalist stuff going on
through
in
the
the
internal
UK,
struggle
so
of realizing that socialism is dog shit. So yeah, good job. Nice base. Market socialists are base.
I see. No, that makes sense. I mean, well, all right. Yeah, I mean, I get what you're saying. I definitely, I definitely disagree that I'd much rather have Sam Cedar in charge than Ben Shapiro. Maybe they'll run for president. And get you
why? Why? Give us a reason why. Destiny gave you a reason why he would choose Ben Shapiro over Sam Cedar. You're just telling us. Tell us why.
against each other one day. That'll be like 2032
Yeah.
or 2036 election when they're both a bit older.
Well,
But,
Sam Cedar's gonna have to do a lot of work to earn my vote back because right now, the guzzle meter is very low. Okay, I'm not guzzling the Cedar right now. I'm not feeling it as much, but.
If you had to vote for president between Trump or Sam Cedar, who would you pick?
Trump.
I don't even have to think. Obviously, I'm getting Trump. I hate Cedar. No, I'm just kidding. I would probably vote for almost. I'd probably vote for. Oh, I almost said something really unhinged. I'd vote for almost anybody over Trump at this point. They would have to do a lot.
Vote for Hitler over fucking
That's
Trump.
exactly what I was going to say. But then I was like, you know what? Probably not actually. I was like, that would have been an
Yeah,
unhinged
you know,
statement.
probably
Yeah.
Trump would be better than Hitler.
Yeah,
on
probably. I
second
think so.
thought.
I think so.
No,
well,
I see what you're
actually, you
saying.
know what? You could make an argument, actually, that he wouldn't be. Because you know what? If we elected Hitler, at least everybody would know he's Hitler. Instead of these fucking conservative simp dipshits that have, like, somehow deluded themselves into thinking that they're not supporting an avowed fucking fascist when they absolutely are. And then I wouldn't have to feel deranged for calling him a fascist anymore. So, you know what? I don't actually know. Maybe Hitler would be better, because then at least we could all agree that he's fucking bad.
How is Trump a fascist, Destiny? I just spent a whole bunch of time talking about how your debate, or this was, like, you were winning this debate and shit. And then you had to go and say something like Trump is a fascist. Where? Where is Trump a Now, you are much more politically educated than I am. But still, where is Trump a fascist? I would really like to know, because I don't think he is. I think he's probably shouldn't be president again, but I also don't think he's a fascist. Oh my goodness. I think I have taken about as much of this as I can take. Let's look for the Pearl Davis video, because I don't have it. I thought I did, but I do not. So let's take a quick look here. And I can do this without worrying about you guys looking at the screen, because my screen's not shared. Ha 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 ha. Okay. Pearl Davis Pierce Morgan. What's the latest one? What's the latest? Oh! It's just like the Tate brothers? What? Oh my. Okay.
Welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. In recent years, Russell Brand's reinvented himself as an anti-establishment commentator online. He has 6.6 million subscribers on his YouTube channel, 11.2 million followers on Twitter, 6 million fans on Facebook, and they're all very loyal to him. Millions of Brand's fans have been crying conspiracy since this scandal broke, led by influential figures like Elon Musk, Jordan Peterson, and Andrew Tate. Why do so many believe that he's a victim of a big conspiracy? We'll discuss this. I'm joined by the controversial influencer Pearl Davis, and from New York, the, well, equally controversial influencer Louise Mensch. Let's call you both the same title.
Wait, what the what is he trying to do? Have a shit show going on here? Holy Jesus. I will give him Trump being facile, but not a yeah. I checked. Ooh. Volume? Okay, hold on. Oh, it's at 100. It's at 100 already.
All right, let me start with you, Pearl. I've been watching this. It's very interesting how this debate has come down now, with a lot of people on the conservative right in the main, but basically saying they believe he's been deliberately targeted and taken down to silence him because he's been promoting what they see as conspiracy theories.
I mean, it certainly seems like that. I mean, I think you just start to see the same thing over and over again, where prominent figures like the Tate brothers, right, come out, and then all of a sudden they have all these allegations from 10 years ago, and there's no
really
evidence,
you're gonna no. This is not where you need to be making. Oh God. Wow. That is not where you need to be going with that. Wow. Not exactly the comparison I would have started off with there, Pearl. But sure.
It's believe women with no evidence.
And
and it becomes like trial by the media, which I just think is wrong.
But is it right to equate
the BBC
his YouTube channel,
is
his exploration of various theories about COVID or whatever, is it really realistic that a 4-year investigation by 2 mainstream media companies is in any way connected to that, or a desire to
absolutely not.
It just seems like they always just go after him. I don't know why.
You don't know why. Maybe it's because they've actually been investigating the Tates and figured out that shit is not on the up and up.
All right, let me bring in Louise. I mean, I don't really follow this theory because I don't understand why mainstream media would really care. if Russell Brand has millions of people that want to watch his stuff. I mean, I've watched some of them occasionally. It's not always right-wing people. He has left-wing people on as well. It's quite interesting, some of it. I was going to get him on my show and maybe do his. So I don't really understand this theory that somehow it's all a deliberate campaign to silence it.
What, did they have a time machine, Piers? Like, did they have a time machine to go back in time 4 years before he had this YouTube channel at all, and before he started tacking hard to the alt-right, and then somehow they decided that they were going to get him? No, they didn't. And I think the key thing...
What the fuck?
Time machine.
Try that.
Deliberate campaign to silence it.
What, did they have a time machine, Piers? Like, did they have a time machine to go back in time 4 years before he had this YouTube channel at all, and before he started tacking hard to the alt-right, and then somehow they decided that they were going to get him?
What does what they're doing right now have to do with going back to before he had a YouTube channel? What? I'm very confused. You know what? You might be right about that, honey. You might be right about that, where Pearl's trying to get, what's it called? Get into Andrew? Get Andrew's pants? Yeah. But Brand has been a lefty lover for decades. Yeah, he's really gone hard to the right, though. Basically, after Katy Perry left him, he lost his shit.
No, they didn't. And I think the key thing here is not to confuse two separate issues. The first is the issue of putative criminality of a criminal case that, as your previous guest said, will almost certainly never be brought because this is historical stuff, and saying, which I think you're saying, I disagree with you, that the rest of us can't decide that these women are victims. Now, I don't believe in the Me Too movement. I have a problem with the idea that accusation is the same as conviction. That's not true. I believe these specific women because I heard what they have to say and I find them credible in a way that I don't find other accusers credible. And I think that's the difference. It's not one side.
How do why are they not going to the police? I hate to agree with Pearl, but why are they not going to the police then?
Then go to the police. Like, why are you going to the media and not the police? You know, I mean, at the end of the day, the media, like, they run stories, and I just don't think it's fair that we do trial by the media.
Well, except that, as I said earlier, Harvey Weinstein is in prison because women went to journalists. And then the police.
Well, they should go to the police.
Yeah, but it can be sometimes women feel, we just had the...
Why would you? That doesn't make any sense. Well, you go to the journalists instead of the police?
But
they went to both, Pearl. Come on. Come on. Oh yeah, don't forget before he hooked up with Katy Perry. Yeah, that's true. He wasn't completely
We live in a country here
lefty.
where only 1% of rape allegations lead to conviction.
Well, maybe only 1% were telling the truth. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, Pearl.
Could be.
Unlikely.
I don't know.
It says to me the justice system is wrong in the way we investigate these things. Louise?
Look, Pearl is somebody who believes that women shouldn't even have the vote. Okay, let's just leave it there.
Yes.
You heard in your own show today, Piers, one of your earlier guests who was actually defending Russell Brand said that she had been raped and the police treated her very nicely, but when you pressed her and said, then what happened? We heard what happens all the time to women that make these accusations. The director of public prosecution said there were 2 people in the room.
Yep.
I can't prove anything, and they didn't bother to bring a case
you need
against
evidence.
the guy.
But,
And
like,
that
you're
was
just
somebody who was
assuming they're telling
defending
the
Russell
truth.
Brand.
You're just assuming they're telling the truth.
I don't think it's
assuming that
I mean, where I disagree with Louise,
I listen to them.
I don't think it is sensible to automatically believe any accusers about anything.
No.
My natural journalistic head says to me that's a dangerous road to go down. We've seen time and again cases in this country where people have turned out to be completely innocent, who were the subject of massive publicity over bogus allegations.
Well, and you're telling me that a guy that has women throwing themselves at him 24/7 had to rape somebody? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I don't think
women coming out
I don't think you
time.
can make the leap that couldn't happen.
I didn't say
No, that's the dumbest thing to say. Like, he has women all the time. He doesn't have to rape. Like, what the fuck? That's crazy. Jesus. Ugh. Plus, if you go to the media and the story is published, under UK law, trial is compromised, so now will always be up for question. Oh, I didn't realize
I'd say it couldn't.
that.
I'd say it's very unlikely. Like, is Elon Musk, is he going to rob a bank? Probably not. I think it's certainly less likely, but he could do it.
Louise, final word to you, quick.
He had thousands of women, yeah, but he decided he had to go and pick up a 16-year-old from school. Look, I don't have to see him convicted in a court of law to believe these accusers, because these specific accusers are credible.
Okay.
Their stories are credible.
So we're doing the pick who you believe. That's what we're doing now. Instead of actual trials, we're just like, no, I don't believe that person. Yes, I believe this person. No, I don't believe that person. How fucking arbitrary is that shit? That's crazy. How can you function? Oh my god, where is my voice going? How can you function like that? That's crazy to me. I really, really don't understand how you can function like that. Exactly. Never take anything at face value. You investigate thoroughly. Right. That's insane.
Are they credible?
We've got to leave it there.
What?
We'll,
Is there a
listen,
woman?
we will come back to this because it's bound to keep going, this scandal. Thank you, Pearl. Thank you, Louise.
Wow. Oh, man. That is crazy. Just the absolute, like, Pearl just, I don't know what Pearl, like, wants. No. No, I did not. I did not watch that letter video. You and I watched it together. But, I did not watch it on stream. I will go grab it. Oh my goodness. No, it's crazy. I think I might have a fever. Where is it? The leaked letter that destroyed Ashton Kutcher's career.
19-year-old Ashton Kutcher walked on the set of That 70s Show as Kelso, and the world fell in love with him. He was a tall, handsome, gullible goofball who stole the hearts of women and teens would rarely see. He was a tall, handsome, gullible goofball who stole the hearts of women and teens around the world. What they didn't know is that there is a whole different side of the actor that Hollywood rarely sees. And over the years, he would slowly expose who he truly is. Debuting in August 1998,
I never liked Ashton Kutcher. I never liked him. I never liked his character of Kelso. I thought Kelso was annoying. I thought Ashton Kutcher was annoying. I never liked him.
That 70s Show followed the Foreman family, mainly through the eyes of their son Eric, and his group of teenage friends, pretty boy Michael Kelso, stoner Stephen Hyde, and...
Oh, okay. I have a very good friend who believes he is skeptical and intelligent, but will parrot everything in The Guardian. Oh, God. Okay, yeah, Pink Hollow has a good point. I'm going to leave this here. I'm going to leave this open, and we will watch it tonight on tonight's stream. I'm going to go rest my voice and take care of the boy. And I will see you guys tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will definitely be back with more.